Welcome, everyone. This is Benet Simonds coming to you today from beautiful sunny California. I am enjoying my delicious favorite coffee, a latte. Very refreshing. It's actually my second cup this morning. If you are enjoying your favorite cup of coffee this morning, put in the chat, type in the chat, what is your favorite Organo coffee and what are you drinking this morning? I'm very excited and honored to be here this morning to share with you, and hoping that what I do share with you will enlighten you in some way. So first, I'll go ahead and share a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Benet Simonds, and I am a 25+ year veteran teacher. And I teach currently and have been teaching 2nd grade, which I love. And now I'm teaching remotely. But when I first started with this coffee and this company, I really wasn't looking for anything. I did enjoy the coffee though very much, and so I started drinking the latte. Actually, I'm gonna take another sip. Oh, delicious, delicious. So I wanted to just share with you today the main reason that I became part of Organo. And you might think, yes, the latte is wonderful, the products are amazing, but there's a specific reason that made my decision to start my business and not just be a customer. So the first reason and the main reason is the Organo leadership mindset. So the mindset of this company, as this slide shows, hopefully you can see that, we're all connected. And it doesn't matter whether what level of a leader you are. As you see the different size circles in this picture, we are all connected. We are one team, one dream. So the first thing I'd like to do is thank Mr. Chua. Mr. Chua and Mrs. Chua and their family for pursuing their dreams and providing this opportunity for all of us, all over the world. This man had an idea, a thought in his mind, and he worked diligently, very hard to make his dream come true. And by doing this, and in the way he did this, he attracted a foundation that had never endorsed any company ever in their entire 100-year history. So for the first time ever, the Napoleon Hill Foundation endorsed a company, Organo, and they reprinted Think and Grow Rich with Organo's icon and name on it as the collaboration together. Now, I've read this book before, and I knew that it was what I needed to be thinking and how I needed to be thinking. But when I found out that they had collaborated with this company, it definitely made me think. I had been part of 3 other companies in the past, but this one was different. I was not successful with those companies, and I truly understand and believe now that it's leadership. Leadership, everything rises and falls on leadership. And so our founder, Mr. Chua, follows this thinking philosophy, and that is why this collaboration exists. Now, the person that introduced me to the collaboration is this amazing gentleman, Mr. Stephen B. Richardson. I was lucky enough to have his son give me my first latte. So when I ran out and I wanted more and I called, they sent Mr. Richardson. He sent Mr. Richardson. And he was the one that showed me the collaboration and the possibilities that I had with this company if I truly believed. And these pictures represent this man has always had my back. Over 8 years, friendship, mentorship, and this man became a leader in Organo because of our leadership. And he is the leader that I follow and will always follow because of his support, his compassion, and his mindset. So one of my favorite quotes by Napoleon Hill is, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So what that basically means is whatever you think you can do and believe you can do it. My favorite is, you are the master of your destiny. You can influence, direct, and control your own environment. You can make your life what you want it to be. It's up to you. You really can, if you believe. Now, I used to think that every time I set a goal and I failed, and it would make me feel bad, or I would feel bad, I should say, about it. But then I learned that every adversity, every failure, every heartbreak carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Something always good comes out of whatever is happening in your life that doesn't seem to be good at the moment. Now, I'm a teacher, as I said earlier, teaching 2nd grade remotely at this time. And reading is super important. I teach reading and I read every day. Successful people read every day. And my favorite quote about reading is from Dr. Seuss, of course. The more you read, the more things you know, the more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Now, the important part of that is more reading and more learning. But if you only read the books that everyone else is reading, you can only think what everyone else is thinking. And I realized this when I first started with Organo, because I was part of a book club, and I started reading these books I'm going to share with you, different books. And so I ended up quitting my book club because I wanted to read different things, and that's okay. So we become what we think about most of the time. And Earl Nightingale says that is the strangest secret. And it really is the strangest secret, because it's not really a secret. You just have to read and look for it out there and feed your brain the information that it so much wants. Now, I remember when I first was exposed to The Strangest Secret, and they told us to listen to it 7 times in a row. And I thought, okay. But the thing is every time you listen or read something, your mind grows. So the next time you listen or read the same thing, you're going to receive it in a different way. You're going to read or hear different things because you have grown. So I'm going to share some books with you about the same thing, about thinking, about whatever you think is what you become, is what your life becomes. And if through these you say, oh yeah, I read that book before, well, read it again, because your mind has grown since the last time you read it. As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. It's all about what you think. And here Gandhi, he continues this thought in his teachings. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. 2 other books about having a positive mental attitude all the time, as much as you are in control of your happiness. And then I like The Laws of Success because it's an original lesson plan. And as a teacher, I like things organized and laid out for me to understand. And then also a lot of reading I do, but I also listen, because I can get more information in my brain by listening. My eyes get tired after a while and I want more information. I actually crave it now. And I found this, How to Win Friends and Influence People, which is also on the Organo Leader list of reading. But this one is in the digital age. And I thought that would be helpful for me as an older person who doesn't really, or I'm still learning, I should say, about all of the online digital stuff. And then these 2 are really, really important. The Magic of Thinking Big and The Magic of Believing. Now, The Magic of Believing for me was huge. This one spoke to me probably second after Think and Grow Rich. And I used to put this in my ear when I first started and go out on a very low level to keep my brain focused on what I wanted to happen. And believe it or not, I was shy and I didn't strike a conversation up easily with people. And I had very low self-confidence. So all of these things that I have been exposed to by Organo and their leadership have helped me grow into the person that I am today. More confident. I can strike up a conversation with anybody. and I am happy all the time and I love it. My life has improved immensely because of it. I actually used to live in a neighborhood where my girls, growing up, I was a single mom raising them and they couldn't play outside due to traffic, cars, speeding through the neighborhood. We had gunfire and other issues that made it difficult to be comfortable. And so throughout this process, I learned that you get what you picture too. You get what you think about, but if you put pictures up and you think about those pictures and look at them every day, then it will happen. And so I put pictures of houses by water up all over my old house. And I didn't worry about how that was going to happen. I just kept focusing on it and looking at it every day, saying, this is my house by the water, this is my house by the water. And so now this is my backyard view. And so about 4 years into my journey with Organo, I've been part of it for over 8 years now, I was able to purchase this house on the lake. And it just happened. It was out of the blue. It wasn't anything I planned, but I truly believe that my belief made that happen. And so now I put my name and my picture on my dream building pictures. And this is my house, me and my honey's house. And then this is my Tesla X, Model X. And so you have to keep dreaming. You have to keep believing in the things that you want in your life. And it doesn't have to be just materialistic things. It can be anything that you want. And I've applied this mindset to my life in all areas, to my teaching, to being a parent, to being a better partner. And it's something that I will never stop doing, is feeding my brain good information that helps it grow, helps my mind grow, and helps my belief in myself grow. And that's where it all begins. So I'm going to leave you with a few quotes from some thinking quotes. The first one is, the trouble with having an open mind, of course, is that people will insist on coming along and trying to put things in it. And so that's where you have to kind of not let the world bombard your brain with negativity and other types of information that are not relevant to growth. And one of my other favorite ones is, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And that's true. And that just goes to show you that you get what you think about. And then this one is up in my classroom, to think before you speak. It's super important that you just take that moment to think before you speak, because if you say what pops into your head, sometimes that might not be very nice, or it might get you in trouble. So think before you speak. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. So whatever you want in your life, think about it. Think about it every single day, and see what happens. And judge a man by his questions rather than by his answers. And this is something I learned from Mr. Stephen V. Richardson especially. He's a master of perspective and a master of asking questions. And when you ask questions rather than answer them, you make the other person think. And that is the key. And reading furnishes the mind only with materials of knowledge. It is our thinking that makes what we read ours. So everybody's going to process what they read and hear a little bit different based on how they think. But the thing about these books is the same message is throughout, that you get what you think about most of the time. So if you think about good things most of the time, that's probably what you're going to get. So my other favorite quote from Napoleon Hill is, don't wait. The time will never be just right. The time wasn't right in my mind when I met Mr. Richardson. The time may not seem right now, but when is there going to be a right time? There is no right time to start doing what you want to do, to start pursuing your dreams, to start thinking about, what if I could do this? What if I wanted that? Start now. And I'm going to leave you with our current leader, Mr. Paul Caldwell. And again, Mr. Chua has attracted someone that took the reins of our company and is going to take it further probably than Mr. Chua could have ever imagined, because he is a major thinker, and he is, I'm so happy and grateful that we have him leading our way to Organo's future. And I want to thank you very much for joining us again. And with that, I will say, it's easy, it's simple, it's Organo.